Hi 10th graders. I wanted to make this video to talk a little bit about outlining your summative paragraphs. So as you know, lesson 1.10 is where we're going to be brainstorming and outlining the 2 paragraphs we'll be writing for our summative. The paragraphs are going to be about a character from A Raisin in the Sun, what their dream is, and a symbol from the play that connects to that character and their dream. You get to choose one of these 4 main characters to write about. And then you're going to be identifying what their dream is throughout the play, how they're working for that dream, and what symbol you could use to connect to it. So remember, you're also going to be writing a thesis statement. A thesis statement is super important because it's one sentence that essentially tells us exactly what you're going to be writing about in your entire 2 paragraphs. So it states the main topic of your essay, and everything in your paragraphs needs to be related to your thesis statement. The thesis statement is only 1 sentence long, but it includes a lot of important information. So we've given you actually an outline where you can really just fill in the blanks for your thesis statement. So all of our thesis statements are going to start out with "in a raisin in the sun." Then you're going to write your character's name and what their dream is. So Beneatha's dream is blank. And Lorraine Hansberry, so that's the author of the play, uses the symbol of what? What is our symbol that we're going to be writing about? And what does that symbol represent? So remember, a symbol is like a tangible object that you could hold in your hand, something like a rose or a guitar, and then it represents like a deeper meaning or idea. So a rose might represent the idea of love or romantic feelings, right? So you need to identify a symbol from the play, maybe like the house plant or money, and then tell me what that represents for the character. What deeper idea or meaning is that symbol giving us? So you're going to write your thesis at the top of your 2 paragraphs, and you're also going to write it in the outline in your packet. I'm also really encouraging everyone to do the should do in your packet for 1.10. The should do is actually outlining the paragraphs that you're going to write. So we're going to be using the P model, which you might have seen before, maybe in 9th grade English or in other English classes. But all of our paragraphs should have these 3 things, P-E-E. So the P stands for point, main point. In paragraph 1 is all about the character and their dream. So our main point is going to tell us which character you're writing about, what their dream is, and how they're fighting for that dream. So when it says character and play, you're going to start off your first paragraph by saying something like, in the play A Raisin in the Sun, the character Walter dreams of what? What is Walter's dream? So this introduces your main point of this paragraph. Then you're going to need to include some evidence. So you need to show us how you know that that is the character's dream. Evidence looks like a direct quote from the play. So as a reminder, there's slides posted on Schoology. These are in the 1.10 folder, and it gives you a bunch of options that you can use as quotes in your summative. So I want you to find your character in these slides, and then look through the quotes and see which one makes most sense for what you're writing. So your quote needs to directly connect to the character's dream and give us more information about why that's their dream or how they're fighting for their dream. So your evidence is where you're going to write that direct quote. Make sure you include the whole quote and the page number. So you write quotes by putting quotation marks, then you're going to write the quote, and then you always put the page number in parentheses. So you might say page 125. The period goes after the parentheses. So this is how you should have all of your quotes. Then you're going to get to the explanation. This is where you need to explain in your own words how this quote supports your thesis statement and your main topic. So if you're arguing that Walter's dream is investing in the liquor store to support his family, you need to tell us, okay, sorry about that. You need to show us how your quote supports this idea that that's Walter's dream. So you could start off your explanation by saying something like, this quote demonstrates that Walter wants what, or is doing what to achieve his dream. You could say this quote demonstrates, this quote shows, something like that. So this is where you're connecting your quote and your evidence to your main point about their dream. You're going to do the same thing for paragraph number 2, but paragraph 2 is about the symbol connected to the character and their dream. So again, you're going to make a main point by saying, when it says name of playwright, that is the name of the person that wrote this play. So we would say Lorraine Hansberry uses the symbol of what? What symbol is she using? To connect to the character's dream by showing us something. So you don't have to write these exact words, but we need to include the name of the playwright, Lorraine Hansberry, and we need to say what symbol we are going to be talking about. Then we're going to do the exact same thing where we're finding a piece of evidence. This quote should be about the symbol. So if you are talking about the potted plant as your symbol for Mama's dream, you're going to want to find a quote about the potted plant. Remember, we're using quotation marks around our quotes, and then we're going to put the page number in parentheses and put the period after the parentheses. Then you're going to do the same thing where you explain how your quote connects to your main point. So this is where you're really going to get in depth about what this symbol represents for the character. So we could say something like, this symbol represents blank. It shows blank about their dream. These are sentences that you could use in your explanation. The last thing I want to say is that when you're using quotes from the play, it's good to introduce your quote into your own writing. So that means you want to tell us a little bit about what's happening at the point in the play when this quote shows up. So who's speaking? Who are they speaking to? What are they talking about? And if you need help doing this, please talk to me, because this is really a way to make our writing stronger and better, is making sure that we're introducing quotes into our own writing. So after you've done the should do, which is outlining your paragraphs, I want you to go ahead and work on the 1.10 mastery check. This is on Schoology. It's a Google Doc that you'll be filling out. You're going to be typing up your thesis statement, your main points, and your quotes. So this mastery check is really to make sure that you are on the right track with your summative, that you have a solid, strong thesis statement, you have great evidence to support your points, and I'll be giving you feedback on this so that you know you're on the right track and that you're doing well for your summative. Let me know if you have any questions as you work on this, and good luck.